Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Here, Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam, and it's bringing you coverage live from the high banks of Daytona, the 2.5-mile speedway, super speedway, might you add. We got a new series here tonight, and although it is just kind of the pre-season, pre-race, it is also a new car that we are going to look at. This being our ARCA Super Series. Appreciate you guys having me along here. My name, once again, Sean Stam. Appreciate everybody joining into here to Stam Studio Network as we take a look at the race analysis here for tonight. Could not be a better night here for racing. 68, I believe that says Fahrenheit. Little bit of humidity on the humidity charts there. It's partly cloudy at 9-mile-per-hour winds. So we are just now getting cars rolling. Once again, newer cars here with us tonight. And also just a little bit newer drivers as well. Taking a look at the starting grid here. Got John Holliday on that pole. Mike Allen, Bud Shearer, John Crawford, Braxton Jarrett routing out the top 5. Justin Steves, Tyler Myers, Trent Bialock, Dale Rapp, Aaron Bradford, Samuel Blackwell, and Philip Brigdman rounding out that 13th spot. Moving down the list, Anthony Lane here. Sorry, I'm a little rusty. I'm getting things back up into running order. Sean Williams, Zach Duscher, Gary Huffins, William Roberts, Robert Armal, Robert Chiswick, that's a new name, Brian Huntley Jr., Richard Johns, and then Matt Bryant will be rounding out our field here today. The newer ARCA cars here just released into the iRacing universe. I think they have, with my experience, just maybe about 100 horsepower, a little bit too much, as these things were rocket ships on the road courses. Now we're going to bring them up to these high banks at the Daytona International Speedway. Once again, 2.5 miles around this place. It's if you guys watched the old Cletus McFarland and his ARCA series race today, I think we're going to be getting a little bit similar outcomes to some of these drivers, possibly top 10s, and we'll have to see what other drivers end up getting wrecked out of the field as green flag is out. Here we are racing from Daytona. This is a little pre-season action coming at you live from the Bump and Run ARCA Super Series lead. Listen to these engines purr, get up to life. We are now about hitting third, getting up to fourth here, just about now here out of turn number 2. John Holliday, Bud Shearer, Braxton Jarrett, Mike Allen still out front. We are pacing at upwards of 160, 170 miles per hour at this point. Tyler Myers there, familiar name, running also in this ARCA series. Also a familiar number there. Oh, is he's going to end up making contact with that Hendrick Cars? Zach Duscher is going to be involved. Huge wreck early on. Matter of fact, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars around. Robert Armal in there as well. Anthony Lane involved. We're going to keep things moving and grooving up here at the front of the pack, though. I thought we were, and then there it is. Caution is going to come out. John Holiday, Bud Braxton, you're going to have to back these puppies down as we will get a look and see what's happened. That was a Sean and Tater Kirsch kind of early on here in the race, right as I mentioned Tyler Meyer's name, involved in a wreck. Oh, not even his fault, as that was 26 or the 16 there of a monster ARCA Cup car. Or ARCA NASCAR, excuse me. And look at the damage model on these things. That 48 right front tire, sure, it was underneath the track for a second. It's magically fixed itself. Wonder if we do have damage here tonight. How do I get in this league, says Travis. This is the feeder series to their Cup Series and the Bump and Run, so I will I'll get you their Discord as well as much as information as I can. Let's try and take another look at this here, because Tyler Myers, yeah, I mean, it just right falled in his lap. Yep, already too late. The Hendrick cars there of, who is that? What number? Didn't quite catch that. That's Chevy SS. Hard contact here early. Daytona International Speedway. We got the lights here, though. Unlike Talladega, we might be here a while. And if you're new here on Stam Studio Network, some of these races, yes, it is just unfortunately me here up in the booth, but believe me, I will try and keep you on your toes. It's kind of one of my traits, and just to make sure that you're not getting too sick of my voice here, I do provide you with plenty of crank it ups on Stam Studio Network. So thank you everybody who is possibly new, or you guys here rejoining, watching this broadcast. Kind of came together a little bit late here for tonight. Wasn't even supposed to do the league, but here we are, and I'm quite happy I'm here. This is going to be quite a fun night. Awesome. Thank you, Sean, you demand. Dude, okay. I am just fresh out of the car as well, because this fine gentleman I'm talking with in YouTube chat, Mr. Travis Farmer, we were duking it out there in the my own league, GT4 versus NASCAR. We were at Charlotte Roval. It's well, and in order to increase driver count, I've put that up in hosted race, and last week we got about 20 drivers there at Laguna Seca. This week, 3. So next week is the last race of the season at Watkins Glen, GT4 versus NASCAR. If you guys would like to join, be sure to ask for my Discord, and be sure to link that in the comments, or I believe it's also in my YouTube info as well. Special thanks out here to the sponsors. Obviously, we didn't get them as this was such a late sort of doing, but also the drivers that are able to kind of have me out here tonight. I know Brian Huntley, lots of behind-the-scenes stuff, able to have me here tonight, as well as that driver that was involved there earlier, Tyler Myers. All out of Joplin, Missouri racing boy, that number 48. There you go. Okay, so as we continue to get things kind of ticked off here today, I will admit, I just bought this ARCA car right before this race. Trust me, I do have all of the oval experience. However, about 3,100 now after Talladega week. God dang it. Anyways, on the iRating, this so far it seems like it kind of sucks up right in the draft. Very similar to that old ARCA car, the older model that we've kind of been racing with for quite a while in iRacing before it split up, and we got the Gen 4 model with the same sort of model. There's a Cletus scheme out of Philip Brigman there, the number 30. He's up 8 spots. Very similar there. Good job, whoever painted that. If it was you, Philip, great job. If not, whoever did it on Trading Paints, nice look there for that number 30. So we are now getting 2 wide. Lights are out on that iRacing safety car. I guess while I have a second here, Travis, let me try and get you the old Discord info here. Okay, send me a message there so I don't forget, but it looks like I have to get one of the league admins to send you an invite there, but I know that they'd be happy to have you, as their series is just about to kick off in the ARCA series. Hopefully driver signups are still open for you, as well as anybody here that is looking to run a quite a long schedule coming up in this ARCA series car. This is once again the feeder series for the Bump and Run Cup series. They're normally racing on, that's Tuesday nights, I believe I have them. You see that logo up on top, the B&R ARCA Super Series, and I mean the name is kind of an understatement. The runs that we're about to get here, not only on the restart, but it's kind of coming eventually once we get there to the end of the race. It's who are you with there? Are you with a buddy? Are you with a name that you know, or are you even up in that top 10 in order to make a move, or are you unfortunately Mike Allen back here, who just got involved in a wreck, but looks like able to get all the damage fixed on that Hendrick Cars number 29 Chevy SS. He's not out of it by any means, but definitely back there in the pack, as I don't blame it. An iRacing safety car going to dive once again into the safety of pit lane. Here we go. Green flag is just about out from Daytona International Speedway. Daytona Beach. Raves are about to come crashing down in the ARCA Super Series. Goes that cleat scheme, looking up top. Makes quite a few moves there already. He's now plus 11 spots, was plus 8 since the restart there. So we are now 2 wide still once again for the lead. These runs lots harder to come by in these ARCA cars compared to maybe a truck, Xfinity, or Cup Next Gen. Look at that run. I mean, it is a train up on that outside line. Now they're cutting back down the track into turn 3, and unfortunately, another caution out here. Guys, drivers, we got a long way to go, a long time to get here. Who's involved this time? Ooh, Mike Allen, number 29, immediately takes his Hendrick Cars Chevy SS to the pits, and we'll ride on board with them right here, see what happened. That's a little bit late there. That's heading up into turn 3 and 4. He just about come to a stop there. See that flashing light? Not sure if that's temperature or oil or what, but yeah, he jumps right down to the pits. Let's take another look here. Oh, this happens down the backstretch. Mike Allen just a faceful, nowhere to go out of the 019. Gary Huffins right into his front grille. And no instant fast repair here tonight. Yeah, you can immediately tow that puppy. Now let's hop on board with Mike Allen and see what he saw here. Heavy hit. That's all it takes. That's how fast it can happen. And man, these drivers that are able to kind of make their way, squeeze the way through the wrecks, it's sometimes just a little bit of a gamble. I know that we're not in Vegas. I don't even think gambling's legal down here, the Daytona Beach in Florida, but we're going to see just a little bit of it. Look at this, guys. The old cleat mobile, Philip Bridgman, he is up to 3rd place. Where did he come from? Where did he go? Call him Cotton Eye Joe. See everybody making their way down pit road now. See if the right side gets lifted up on the cleat mobile, or is it just fuel? No, just fuel going into that number 30. These V8 roaring, coming back to life, even on the pits, lower RPMs, lower speeds. Here we go. This is what you love to hear. Oh, he got in the gas, got in the throttle there, good for a second. Bill Hales, Dale Rapp going to be 7th and 8th. Off of the pit road. Samuel Blackwell, John Holliday, Zach Duscher, Robert Armal, Sean Williams, John Crawford, and Aaron Bradford. Going to round out that top 15. Bud still leading up here in the front, and well, I know we've been watching the fronts here on the restarts as we're looking at the 93, our second Canadian driver up here. Appreciate you joining us here tonight, bud. Got Phil up there in P6, our one and other Canadian driver, any driver that's not from the United States here tonight. But Bud's having himself a great night. Just kind of mentioning it, we've been watching the front on these restarts, but all of these incidents happened in the back, if not for last place so far as our second caution. We are still under. Braxton Jarrett also having himself a really nice run tonight so far. He's up to P3, gained 2 spots on the night. Look at that paint scheme as well. Matte black chrome and a chrome teal blue. Oh, are we already there? Is it already time for paint scheme of the race? Braxton Jarrett could be having it so far. Trent Blalock, I believe is how you pronounce that. Also a ace on the front hood there. Not hardware, it looks like another sponsor. William B. Roberts there, that 94 Chevy SS. Going to line up 5th spot. There's Phillip right there beside him, P6. Ontario, there you go. That will definitely clarify any questions that we had of where these drivers were from, specifically Canada. Let's see if it says Bud. Norwood, Ontario. Both drivers. Okay, maybe a little buddy action going on for these two, both Bud and Phillip. Tyler Myers once again. The old 48 Jimmy Johnson, we'll call it, Chevy SS. Got some spec maps working here tonight. Just an excellent looking paint scheme. Hopefully to see that puppy up in victory lane as we're going to head down at the backstretch. Most slowest speeds we'll see today, and then we're going to kick things back up to 170, 180. Do these new ARCA cars hit 190 with as much horsepower as they have? I believe they do. My goodness. You see these things on road course, it is quite a treat. I had to ban these cars from my GT4 versus NASCAR league because I don't know. Too much horsies on the left and right turns for these cars. Almost like a NASCAR prototype. It is kind of what it boiled down to, but no prototypes here tonight in this league, all running the same car, 3 different manufacturers. But Tyler, Trent, Braxton, Phillip will lead us to the green this time by. Hopefully able to get a little bit more green flag running in. Safety car, I don't blame you. Lights are out. Come to the safety of pit road. It is open just for you, not these drivers. Here we go. Green flag, Geico restart zone. Once again here tonight from the ARCA Super Series. Brought to you by Bump and Run, Stam Studio Network, 2x2, heading back into turn 1. Bud Shear trying to work the draft here just a little bit as Trent is able to slide there onto that bottom line. Here comes the top though. Don't count out old Phillip Brigman, Tyler Myers. That second row is where we're going to make our way back down the back straightaway. Does Trent kind of... No, he's not even going to get to the back bumper of Bud. Here comes that outside line. Something we really aren't able to see in that next-gen car. This other line able to kind of pull up to the outside. Here they come out of turn 4. Is Phillip going to lead this lap? Quite possibly so. Canadian driver, that number 30, Cletus McFarland, paint scheme out front, leading lap number 11. Little checkup here in the slight back of the pack. We're going to keep things moving and grooving. That number 8, Samuel Blackwell, moves to that bottom of the hill. We're still pacing at about 160, 170 back here. 5th, 6th, 7th on back, 2x2. Bit of position shuffling back here with Bill Hales. Dale Rapp, and we got one going around again. Did not catch the number. John Holiday going around, the number 9. He was fast in practice, fast in qualifying as well. Gonna drop down to P20. That's minus 19 spots on the day. I love it. No caution. This is what we have come to see. Some green flag racing. Phillip losing the lead to Zach Duscher here. That number is 00. Can't quite catch the sponsors. These guys are going Just immaculate speeds. Mach 2, Mach 3 past the cameras here. You got to be careful if you're these drivers in this second row back, as Tyler Myers has dropped back to it. Well, he's in the bottom line now, but I was going to mention that you got to be careful once you start to see these leaders start to get single file. They will basically back to the future their way, hit 88 or 188 you could call it, and you could say goodbye as they will start to pull their way away from the field, as 3 wide is not going to help that as well, as they will now start the way back out to 2 by 2. I do not know how we were able just to make that work. 3 wide for about a lap and a half there. Flashed it, and we're able to make things go in it. Dale Rapp is making the bottom work in his 52, excuse me, the top. That's Braxton Jarrett there, the number 22, making the bottom work. Is he working down the inside? Looking middle of 3 for that number 22. It's going to be a little tight, but there's definitely room on the track. Here comes Braxton. And down the inside, does not have the run or the help out the back. Is going to end up losing even more spots, as this kind of is the battle here for the last spot in the front pack. We are just now getting started. You see there, cardboard cutout fans on their feet. If you don't have a snack, a drink here just yet, be sure you grab one now, because you're not going to want to leave your seat as we continue to approach about halfway is when trust me, you are not going to want to leave your seat then. So I'm going to give you the time now to do it as we're getting down. Ooh, well, even more 3 wide action. That's that 93 Bud. Led lots of laps here tonight so far. Just gets shoved down the middle, no help, and going to end up losing tons of spots here. Love these old ARCA cars. It's like stepping into a time machine. About 5, 6, 7 years back within the NASCAR universe, to these Chevy SS, these Toyota Camrys, and, well, of course, the newer Ford Mustangs. Speaking of Ford Mustang, Philip Brigman back out here in the lead once again, leading in that Cletus McFarland number 30, and he's going to have to start working the draft here a little bit, because the outside is coming. They're coming quick, and matter of fact, a little bit of pushing too hard the inside line. That one falls back in, lets William Roberts take that spot back. Excuse me, Zach Dusser, the 00, my bad. We're going to start coming up on some lap traffic here too, so keep an eye on that. There's definitely room to make the way around it, but we've seen a Kevin LePage there incident in real life. It happens a little too often here in the iRacing universe. Hopefully, I believe that's going to be John Holiday. We're going to eventually start to make our way around as Anthony Lane, Mike Allen, and John Holiday are in a pack of their own right here. Just was mentioning that just a couple laps ago, if you start to see these front drivers start to get single file, you better start to find a hole pretty quick, because you are not going to want to be left out to dry in that outside line. I am loving this, though. The number 30, I wish we could have seen this today. Lead some laps here. Oh, we are getting little accordion effects happening towards the back of the pack so far. No drivers have surprisingly gone around. Immaculate saves all through the back. Excellent job, drivers. I'll try and see if I can get that cause real quick. So it happened here out of turn 4. We're heading up into turn 3, coming out of turn 4 here, and we'll see if we can kind of spot what causes a little bit of a checkup here in the front of the pack. Or really a scatter towards the back. Oh, it was the number, well, you saw it there, just poked right out of line, and huge accordion effect. Lots of these drivers thankfully able to see that, just checking up in time. Going to cut back to live action here, coming to lap number 19 out of 80 laps. Starting to tick off a little bit faster here as we are now under green flag, and just when I thought we would start to get some single file run, and we are back to 2x2. Who is leading that outside line? Of course, Zach Disher, the double O. Ford Mustang. We got 2 Ford Mustangs leading the field here. It's again pacing. This is chess at faster than I have ever run here. So, oh, number 1 gets a little loose there in the tri-oval. That's outside line having to check up once again, but not losing too much momentum. I need to catch my breath here. I'll give you, I think it's time. Crank this puppy up. Brought to you by Stam Studio Network and the B&R ARCA Super Series. Alrighty, crank it back down. This is Sean Stam back up here in the booth. We also got some new faces and some new places here. Sean Williams makes his way up out front as he gets a huge shot, has a massive saves. Hang on to it, buddy. I don't know how he just hung on to that. It was the 83. There goes number 1 of Trent Blalock and Philip Brigtman here. Another car. I believe that's Bud Steer, is it? No, Bud is leading the second pack, thankfully. I was going to say, man, Bud leading laps earlier on, but holy, what a save there. Never have I ever out of the 83 in these new ARCA cars. Well, because it's my first time watching them. No, it's hard to make jokes here without just with one commentator. I thought I saw a car diving down the hill there. As a matter of fact, we're going to keep things all rolling somehow. Bill Hales has made his way, William B. Roberts. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the 94 here. Up 11 spots. Also contender for paint scheme of the race. That's Napa-inspired front logo on the hood. Chrome and matte black. You can't miss that if you're the spotter. And we are starting to get a little shicey and dicey here. 3 wide, and I saw that coming. The 52 is going to get turned. Huge contact. Lots of big names involved. 48 Tyler Myers involved. Oh, how many cars? Please no. Samuel Blackwell involved. Dale Rapp goes around as well. Oh, Dale Rapp is crab walking like a mother here in that number 52. Unfortunately, going to have to tow that puppy down to pit lane, that WeatherTech Trackhouse. We were just on board watching that and the crank it up, and yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get that thing around. There goes the magical toe. And let's take a look at the magical replay with our aerial cam, brought to you by, hey, it's the one, the only, Stam Studio Network. Let's check it out here. This is probably going to be a little bit late, to be honest. Let's see here. Okay, this is already slow. Yep, the 52 of Dale Rapp looks like he gets turned by the number 8. I'll give us a little bit of a closer look here this time. That's well, it didn't take too much to break that one down, thankfully. Whew, can earn my money here tonight pretty easy. Oh, well, maybe not here just yet. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars on the outside lane and lots of pushing, lots of shoving, and could have been what caused that to all happen. Let's take another look. We'll go a little bit more zoomed in aerial drone shot, call it. Oh, the 8, possibly a little netcode from the 5 there behind him. The 8 is driver Samuel Blackwell, and either a little netcode or just a little wall contact there coming to at the start-finish line, right where these cars are kind of at their most unstable point. And oh, lots of drivers involved and lots of drivers making their way to the pits now, getting some new tires, their cars filled up with Sunoco fuel as we are now on lap about 30, I do believe, or just near coming to 30. Justin Steves makes his way into the pits. This is number 87. Justin, I also saw there, makes your way to, or I think you were out there in Richmond, so that was kind of cool to see. Hopefully makes your way over to Texas Motor Speedway next weekend in that Ghost, well, not in the Ghost, number 87, but I mean real life, because I will be there too. Any of you that are going to be there out at Texas Motor Speedway up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, be sure to shoot me a text, and I wouldn't mind stop by saying hi. Alrighty, I can catch my breath not under green for once here. Philip Brigman is back out in the lead, and once these drivers make their way around the start-finish line here, we're going to be able to see who took what, if it was, or when these last drivers last pit, basically. I do believe everybody except for Mike Allen there, who, well, he's out of the race, so yeah. Looks like everybody who at last pits on lap number 24. Right, we will see it all update this time by, and this was coming into the pits, so it's Philip was last there on pit road. Oh, what does that say? Lap 7, and then Bill Hale's right there behind him, lap 8, and then you see it just now updates everybody on the right side. All lap 24. So we're going to even the playing field here, basically, with this call. All newer tires, or maybe you took some 2 tire stops if you're a little bit further back. All same fuel, and we're going to get this puppy back and rolling as we are now 2 by 2 once again. Lights are out on the pace car. Got one more pace lap before we get going. Don't have really too many sponsors here on the old Stam Studio Network, but would like to shout out Playful Pint Sports Bar there in Florida. They've put on some of my races there on the big screens for some of the fans to cheer on their drivers. That's I mean, pretty cool if you ask me. Race to Stop Suicide, something program that's a little bit more personal to me. Be sure to check those guys out if you can, and I know they sponsor driver in the Real Life Xfinity Series as well. So thankful for the sponsors. Fendi Racing, their Airpass Series. You know, I broadcast them. It's no affiliation going on there. I don't do just left turns. I do some left and rights. Also in my own league, GT4 versus NASCAR. We were just over at Charlotte Roval here today. We're at Laguna Seca last week. Had about 20 drivers show up there. Season ender next weekend coming at Watkins Glen. Be sure to be there, be square. It's not even in a league anymore. I just put it up and hosted. If you want more information, be sure to ask. And shouting out everybody there, of course, in YouTube land, as could not be doing this without you guys. We see you there in chat. Harvest. Daytona looks so narrow after watching today. Yes, compared to the old Talladeggers, it is Daytona, completely different ball game. As we're gonna get things rolling back here once again. Philip Brigman, the field is in your hands. As a little bit of jockeying for position here for third on and back. The 53 is not where you're going to want to be for Bill Hales. No help up top. Here comes that bottom line, and say goodbye to Bill Samuel. As Samuel's in the bottom line, but Bill and Robert here, as they just did not find a hole to slot into. Here, this is what I was kind of expecting to see a little bit early on, some single file action, but there goes the number 8, Samuel Blackwell, looking to the outside with not really any help. Matter of fact, here comes the 53 right behind. Super impressed here tonight with Philip. He has been able to work this draft, work this bottom line, and when that run does come up top, really doesn't seem like it affects him too much. He's just right back in there most of the time, working with the 00 or Trent Blalock there. Apologies if I'm screwing up any new names. This newer series here with me. But we got to look at some of these drivers that are making their way up towards the front too. Here's Braxton Jarrett, also William Roberts, the 94. Mentioned his paint scheme earlier on in the race. He makes his way up to P3 as we're still looking side by side for fifth on back. That's Bill Hales, Braxton Jarrett, possible paint scheme winner of the race. Braxton makes his way, trying to make the top side work here at the start-finish tri-oval. More momentum on the outside line now as now the leaders duck back bottom here. That's going to present 3 wide. This is what I mean by chess at upwards of 160, 170, sometimes even 180 miles per hour. Some lap traffic here coming just ahead of Philip. Going to have to keep an eye on that as he is once again getting a massive shove out of that 00. We can lock bumpers here in the iRacing universe, but it's not something you really want to do going into the corners, as we're going to easily put down, I believe that was Dale Rapp there. It is that number 52. Heavy contacts that last caution, able to get the car back out on the racetrack, but you see the pace differential there, not only in the difference from the draft, but possible just damage on that 52. Get a better shots here. Looks like maybe even a go quick repair for the 52. I don't understand that, because he's now a lap down, lost so much pace, but back in the draft. So possible just that he spent that much time on pit road. Regardless, though, we got a huge gap. I don't know what just happened or what just occurred when I was cutting to Philip and then switching back and forth there, but he has a huge gap, and you never want to see this much distance between the leader and the pack, because here he's going to get swallowed up like a smallmouth bass biting a lure here. I don't know what I am talking about. Richard Johns now looking up top, and that number 9, he is back in this race after getting spun around earlier. Mr. John Holiday now leading that outside line. Cannot count just anybody out. As look at these runs, it's back and forth action. Here comes the 9, getting a huge run on the outside line with a big shove from Richard Johns, the 28. Got the 22 right there with him, the 8. Oh, he's getting a little bit loose on the back bumper. Could see some contact, at least contact with the outside wall here. We're looking 3 by 3 by 3 from Daytona International Speedway, coming to complete lap 32. The 22 is shoved middle of 3, making it all work. I don't know how we just didn't wreck there. This goes to show the speed, the skill, the racecraft of the bump and run ARCA Super Series, the feeder series, into their next gen series that they run, but I know that we see a lot of these familiar names here running with it as these drivers start to make their way towards the front of the pack. We got William Roberts, John Crawford, Bud now drops his way to P3 though. Bill Hales, John Holliday, Trent, and Braxton Jarrett. Phillip is right there with them. See the different packs that are already starting to form up here with, 22 drivers, call it 120 now, with a few drivers dropping out here already. And lots of different manufacturers represented once again. I know I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but really a majority field of Chevys, got a few Ford Mustangs and those older style Toyota Camrys, as these are newer scanned ARCA bodies that iRacing has released. Also updated the sound as well, as it just reminds me of old Talladega ARCA race here today. iRacing simulated just about everything you can imagine. And if you guys aren't here on the sim, well, what are you doing? Make sure you get yourself a profile, buy yourself some tracks, and you'll be right here racing with us side by side, week in and week out. Runs are just about even now, heading back onto it, the back straightaway. That's Clint. I don't even know what the sponsor is, but I do know it is that cleat number 30. Oh, he does not cut across the nose of John Holliday, as that was a little getting slicey dicey there, and headed into turn 3. Excuse me. As once again, Braxton Jarrett, he is making his way up through the pack. How many times have we seen him 3 wide here tonight, though? Oh, what a save there out of the number 53, Bill Hales, I do believe that was. We're going to keep things moving and grooving here tonight from Daytona. That could have possibly been a broken wrist or worse there for Bill Hales. John Holliday and that 94, that's who I really was referencing there, had a massive save there just last lap. Ooh, as he's going to get a bump, get shoved off below the double yellow line, able to find his way back up onto the track, losing just a couple more spots though. Hate for that for William, as he has worked his way back. He's been back and forth this whole night. Bill Hales out to the lead, that number 53, who is right on the back bumper of the 52, who you would think is leading this race, but actually that is Dale Rapp, who was just crab walking like a mug last time by able to get all the damage fixed, but going down the lap, he is now leading the pack 1 lap down. This is kind of fun to watch, and what he is fighting for now is just, he doesn't want to have to deal with going 2 laps down. Once you do that, without any wave arounds, it's pretty hard, as we're looking at the inside of race leaders engine, Bill Hales Chevrolet SS. Some magic out of the back cam of Dale Rapp to reach inside that front bumper. And here we go again. Nope. Not this time. All right, we're going to complete lap 36. Coming to 37, Cletus hard into the wall. That's really Philip Brigdman. Is that going to bring out a caution? No, but it's going to hurt the pace. We're going to have to see how much damage ensued on that number 30 Ford Mustang. It's pretty hard contact. Finds that lower line, and rightfully so, pretty quick, because look, this is how fast the lines end up separating here. So I'll pull up the track map. I think we have just a couple lines here starting to form, or a couple packs, excuse me. Yeah, we kind of got 2 different lead packs here, and then the 3rd pack here with the 13th running car of Robert Armal, and then which is 1, 2, 3, 4, including Tyler Myers, Gary Huffins, Justin Steves, and then that is that just 1 or 2 cars, yeah, there of Aaron Bradford and Brian Huntley Jr. with also, in that pack with Tyler Myers. There you go. All right, thank you everybody once again joining for some pre-race season action here in the Bump and Run ARCA Super Series. My name's Sean Stam. This is Stam Studio Network. I think it's time. I'm going to treat you guys to a little, well, we're almost halfway, but it's going to treat you to the crank it up action. I'll be right here with you. 4 wide here coming across the tri-oval. Sorry if I scared you. Normally like to give a little heads up, but that caught me off guard a little bit. Somehow keeping things moving and grooving. 4 wide in an ARCA. Well, that's normally does not result in really anything that anybody would want to see except for the cardboard cutout fans, because it is a spectacle as we are looking 3 wide here with Trent here. Trent, Bud, and Philip Brigman. And Philip and Bud, both themselves, both from the our northern buddies from Canada. Both leading laps here tonight, but now unfortunately stuck back 10th, 11th, 9th and 10th, excuse me, fighting 3 wide just to keep their spot. Teammates, teamwork could be the key to the dream work here from the high banks, 2.5 mile super speedway, Daytona International. Yeah, it does look like the old 52 Dale Rapp leading this thing, but it's really Dale Rapp who is, I'm showing, yeah, he's 1 lap down. If the 53 of Bill does pass him, we'll put him 2 laps down. And as I mentioned earlier, it's that is something that you never want to try and claw your way back from. It's doable, especially at a super speedway with as many cautions as we've seen here today. But possible some teamwork action here between the 53, 52. Definitely similar paint schemes, number styles. Definitely call them confirmed teammates. John Holiday, though, he's also, I mean, if you're just now joining us, guys, John, he was around here, I think, our 2nd caution of the race. And for him to be up here for P2, it's, I think that's pretty special. You got Robert right there behind him as we have a Bud. Almost a Sean and Tater curse, but I said it about half a lap ago, so maybe does not count as one. So far, no yellow going to come out, but also no radiator on the machine of the 93. We'll cut back live to our front little pack here, our front 4-car breakaway, but it's 3 for the lead, and I'll try and see if I can possibly see what happened there to the 93 of Bud. It could be this incident here, but don't come after me if it's not. Oh, well, this is about when we were watching it. I was mentioning these guys 3 wide, so it's definitely about to happen. Philip, we're making our way through the start-finish tri-oval here. We're going to head up into turn 1, and let's just, we'll see what happens here to the number 93 of Bud, because it's definitely coming up here. Just, I think it happened on the backstretch, if I do remember correctly. Here we go. I don't see anything that would turn it around, so unless it's last lap. I mentioned it, don't come after me. I didn't see anything in the timing and scoring that would present an incident to show. I'll try one more cut here, and if this isn't it. Oh, here it is. Yes, one more accordion effect. There we go. Look at me old coming up, the old backup on producer, and we'll slow that one more down. Slow that down one more time for you. Huge accordion effect going to happen here in the ARCA NASCARs. It looks like the draft works the same way as the old car did, just a little bit newer style bodies, and yeah, 15 and the 93, excuse me, going to go around. Gonna end up staying green, though. That's what we like to see here. Also liking, well, you may like it if you're a driver. Not sure if you're the old cardboard cutouts in the fans or anybody that's joining us here in YouTube chat. Some different little packs starting to break away, and we're gonna, I know I brought up that track map earlier. We had, what, 3-4 different packs start to show themselves that were breaking away. Let's see how many there are now, if they're starting to form up. No, way more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different packs. And here we go, some fuel stops, matter of fact, starting to show themselves. The teammates making their way down, but braking just a little bit too early. Here comes John Holiday passing these guys onto the pits. John maybe with just a little bit more experience in some green flag pit stops, or actually got some time behind practice and was able to work on finding his brake markers, getting the downshifts the right way, and these guys are in for an early stop. What we're going to have to look at, though, is the bigger packs. With only 4 cars in that little pack, it'd be a miracle if they're able to retain the lead. We'll hop on board here with the 22 and see if Braxton makes his way down pit road. Looks like it. Here they all come. Braxton, Trent, Anthony as well. Do not speed, do not speed. And is that the 22? I wish we would have stayed on board with them there. 22, Braxton Jarrett going to go around. That was entering the pit, and it's so hard to try and really put in words how hard this is to get on and off pit road, especially in NASCAR. Let's hop on board with Braxton as we are here and see what happens coming in pit road. Doesn't look like any contact as he's trying to find third or second gear. No, just ends up, well, I don't know. That looked a little odd. I'm definitely just too much speed for the car and trying to get it woed down. But I wonder if we're going to see that tomorrow in the old real-life NASCAR Cup Series. Here's an outside look at it. Nope. Yeah, there it is. Just locked up. The old rear brake spun out from underneath him. William B. Roberts makes his way down pit road. But it looks like the only car right there in pit lane at the moment besides Justin Steves. So Bill Hales, John Holliday, Robert C. are going to come retain the lead out here for the moment. And I love this strategy call. These guys were in a little bit smaller pack compared to kind of the rest of the field and the packs they were running in. Little early call to head down pit road. And making a little bit of distance now on, here's Robert, Anthony Lane, and Trent B, we'll call it. Trying to form themselves back up here in this pack. So let's take a look at the pit strategy here. Looks like our top 3 coming down, you see on the top right side of your screen, and then drivers 4th through 8th should update next time by. If they've even made their way down, let's see. Do they head down pit road, or does the graphic update? Matter of fact, looks like that graphic is going to update. So looks like things have cycled out so far for the moment. Bill Hales, John Holliday, Robert, Anthony Lane, Trent, Samuel Blackwell, and William B. Roberts will round out our top 7. As we are going to put down the number 87 of Justin Steves down a lap now. I'm liking what I see. I mentioned this earlier. You got to have a teammate. You got to have some teamwork, something to make the dream work happen here at the super speedways. And even though, you know, he's a lap down of Dale Rapp. He's doing nothing wrong. He's holding his lines, and he's holding off still his teammate for lapping him for 2 laps down. But, I mean, I'm just super impressed with the lines he's being able to hold, and really not anybody able to come up and try and make the pass around either him or his teammate there, Bill Hales, who is officially leading this race, that number 53. Things starting to get broken up even more throughout the pack. Just 8 seconds back from this pack, we're going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4 car pack of cars. So probably not enough momentum to kind of catch our lead pack as you hear them going around start-finish line now. These guys just now heading out of turn 4, making their way towards the start-finish line. Trent is also with these guys. And then William B. Roberts, Philip Brigdman, Samuel Blackwell. Just one or two more cars in this pack, so a little bit more momentum will be formed. However, they're so far back from, we'll cut to Bill now, that's, excuse me, just about, you know what, a third of Daytona, we'll call it. Sorry I get so involved here in the old producing and commentating. I forget to check the old director chat, you guys out there in YouTube land. Once again, could not do this without any of you, and anything that you would like to see or hear better, just whatever it is, don't hesitate to let me know. If you're newer, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you don't like what you see, or you're not going to subscribe, let me know why not there in YouTube chat, and I'll do my best to kind of fix those problems, because I'm a solo man going here behind the scenes at the moment, and it's sometimes a little bit rough, but we're going to keep things, I think you could put that on a t-shirt, my new catchphrase, moving and grooving here tonight. Speaking of that, William Roberts is still our biggest mover of the race. He's up 16 spots up to P5 in his number 94. And I'm just really impressed by not only the paint scheme, but how often he's able to kind of stay up on a super speedway track here. About top 5 from, or top 6, not including the pit cycles, but it's pretty special there for William Roberts. It's a nice run for you, man. Keep it up. Hopefully able to have you up in one of those top 3 spots for the driver interview. Yes, and if you're a driver now listening to the the live broadcast here, if you didn't know, yes sirree. 1, 2, 3 positions get interviewed here on SSN, and you get to tell us about your race, or really, walk us through your sponsors, whatever it may be. But it's something that I would be fighting for if I was behind the wheel. Speaking of behind the wheel, let's hop on board with old Trent here, driver number 1. Lots of clean air out in front of him. It looks simple. You're just kind of running that double yellow line, but you also got a mirror full of Anthony Lane, who we're hopping on board here. And if you're Anthony, your role completely changes. You are now the pusher. You're Trent. You're up there as the kind of the pushee, receiving the push. But you got to be square on these pushes from Anthony. Don't want to push too much into the corner, or really once you're in the corner, but here on the backstretch, yes, give him hell. Give him all that you got. Matter of fact, we are in the front bumper or the back bumper, excuse me, of Trent there. Little magical cams on SSN. Just 25 laps to go from Daytona International Speedway. This has been fun. This has been a blast. It's been kind of last minute, but here I am up here in the booth, producing, commentating. Everybody there in YouTube chat, once again, could not be done without you. Harvest, Travis, if you're still sticking around, thank you. It means a lot to me. I know these leaders still sticking around, and I'm interested. Harvest, I know that you race with B&R, maybe have some experience in the ARCA car. I wonder how many laps these guys have left on the fuel tank, as it was just a little bit before halfway that they came and filled their cars up with Sunoco fuel. Now we're running just a little bit lighter fuel tanks on these cars tonight, so will be interesting to see who can kind of stretch things, or who can gamble it out, make things work here tonight. So we take a look at the RVs here in the infield. What in the heck? Okay. That was a really good shot from the old infield cam. It's not the boulevard there at Talladega, but definitely got a infield life of its own. Unfortunately, Aaron Bradford now going to go down a lap, as he just has no help there with him. 24 coming to 23 laps to go. Aaron gonna chop off the 28s. No, not really chop off, excuse me, but just hop in line there in front of Richard Johns. Get his horsepower and momentum speed all back up to, I'll call it operating temps and operating speeds here from Daytona, because if you don't have a buddy or somebody helping you either in front or behind, I mean, your race is going to be pretty much over. That's why I'm a little surprised to see that this front pack of just only 4 cars has been able to hang on and really start to gap. Matter of fact, Trent now, who's shown 13 seconds back. Last time we checked on this pack, well, they're now less on cars, so that would explain it. They're now further back, so that's just NASCAR math for you. Less cars in a pack will equal slower distance traveled on a speedway. It's a super speedway, excuse me. Now, if you're in this pack, you know that you're moving, also grooving, making some time up there on the that just 3-car pack. Matter of fact, they're only 4 seconds back from that 3-car pack in front of them. I will keep an eye on this because it is going to continue to dwindle down as, well, they're a little spread out. Come on, guys. Little tighter together here, and you can make that gap up even faster. Still only 4.2 seconds back. As we'll get a nice aerial shot here. This is the leader, William Roberts, of this pack compared to Anthony Lane. Now the pushing's coming. Now they're starting to close the gap down. There's Anthony Lane, Trent, and, well, really just Anthony and Trent, and the lap car of, stick with me, Dale Rapp. There, no, okay. Is it Robert? Whoever the lap car is. Godly. It's hard doing this enough with no help here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get through this. 21 laps to go. Hopefully we'll have old Justin up here with us as the season continues. Well, as really the season starts. Is that next week? Yes, sirree. May 3rd, May 4th, be down or up at Texas Motor Speedway. Probably my last time. Been there 5-6 years in the past, or in consecutive years, and it's quite a drive here down from Austin. And unless they pull the old reconfiguration nuke part 2 on Texas, I don't know. We'll have to see. But it's actually, for the next gen racing, it's actually, all things considered, pretty fun to go up there and watch. Got a few buddies coming there with me, and once again, if you think you're going to be there, would be happy to come say hi. Alrighty, things are going to start to tick down with just 20 laps to go. I know that we're single file for pretty much all of our packs here, but the gap that I said was what, 4.2, 4. It is now 3 and continuing to drop. This pack is very quickly closing on our next pack of just drivers P4 and P3. However, the lead pack here, led by driver lap down Dale Rapp, Bill Hales officially leading the race. This 4-car pack, it's going to be hard to catch because they are continuing to run away with it now. 15, call it 16-second gap there on P4. It's just, do they have enough fuel to make this as 19 laps? That's quite a ways to go here from Daytona. Alrighty, so this is that lead pack, and then we'll kind of pan the camera back to the second pack. And, oh, it's such a big difference. And then even comparing that pack now down to the huge pack that's now catching. Well, there you go. Just now heading into turn 1 now. So we are now under the lights, pitch black here, right outside of the speedway, but keeping the lights on, the vibes, everything headed the right way. Hopefully going to stay under green, but well, I wouldn't doubt a little restarts is also coming, because all it takes is just one wrong push, possibly even a push into the corner, mid-corner, or even corner exit. Don't send your buddy around, because you're going to have to deal with a restart. That's all these cars stacked back up with one another back at pace speeds, and if you are any of these drivers in the top 4, possibly even these top 2 packs, it's not something that you're going to want. But you're licking your chops here if you're William Roberts, Phillip. This is when this next pack is about to start to catch, and really, it'll be this lap that they end up getting there. Yeah, look at them at the right side of your screen, coming with a huge head of steam. It's going to be 1.3 seconds back, gap continuing to close. This is hopping on board with William Roberts, and then next we're going to look out the back of Anthony Lane, and we're going to take a look at the, the closing rates from when you're only in a pack of, say, 3 cars compared to maybe a pack 6, 7, or 8. These closing rates are going to be huge if these guys can start to get their pushes back. Here we go once again. And it will be, I think it will definitely be this lap that they're well within the draft, the slipstream. So you head back down towards the back stretch. Head back into turn 3 next time by, just 16 to go. Ooh, we can hear a little bit of a fuel lift here out of Anthony Lane. That tells me I don't think this front pack or even this second pack here has enough fuel to make it to the end. Could just be lifting there. No, there's no way he had a big enough run here. The 94 makes a move onto the underneath the double yellow lines. That was perfectly timed for him. His slingshot his way down into pit lane. This is, if not the most important stop of the race right here. Do not speed, do not stop, just a little in front of the sign. Every inch is going to matter this stop. Just a quick splash for these drivers as Bill Hales, John Holiday will continue to lead us. When do these guys head down pit road? As they've now lost their drafting buddy. They're behind. 53 and John Holiday both staying out as well. Here come this huge pack of drivers. Bill and John could be in lots of trouble here. This is a huge pack now making their way off of pit road. They're not going to have the, sure, they'll have the distance on these guys as they put them down a whole lap. But I don't think they'll have the speed or momentum with just 1, 2, 3 cars in a pack. So we're looking at the lead of this front, or the second pack, excuse me, here. Trent and Philip Brigman. Our leaders, Bill Hales, and John Holiday still have not made their way down into the pits with 13 to go. If we hop on John Holiday, hop on board with him, is he lifting any, going in or just out of the corner? We'll see here. Slight lift possibly just to stay out of the back bumper of the leader, Bill Hales, in front. You know, he's blipping it there along the back straightaway, but there's no way that these guys have enough left in the tank. And look at that. This is Richmond Part 2. 2 drivers on the lead lap. When is the last time you've seen this in a bump and run series race? They were trying to force their hands. I was loving the game plan. There was just no way that that they would have the fuel to make it happen, but they will. Once again, they'll have the distance to this next lead. What am I trying to say? Next. Why is the word escaping my mind? Group of cars. There you go. What in the heck was that? 56-second gap here for John Holiday, Bill Hales. That was just a quick splash and dash as they have now made their way on and off pit road. You're going to have, you better get going here pretty quick. Find your buddy, get up to speed because these guys are going to be coming with that steam pretty quick. Dale Rapp, of course, right there, pit with them. Better, there we go. Got single file pretty quick there off the exit. What was a 50-second gap, but back behind Bill Hales here is now cut down to 27 seconds, and they are still continuing to close that gap because they are already at speed, at operating, operating speed and momentum, I will call it, at a super speedway, but they're a little bit separated here. This is not the first big pack that we saw. This is not the pack that it once was here. William Roberts, Richard John, Samuel Blackwell, just a 4-car pack. They've cut the gap now from 55 to 20 seconds between our 3 lead pack here, but this is going to be interesting to see if they have enough time here to make it up to these guys. The gap's now 19.6, but could this be kind of the climax point of when of cutting down their lap times here. We'll take a look at the lap time history between, matter of fact, Samuel Blackfield and John Holiday. The difference. Just how fast are these guys? 8.7 seconds on 68, 28 seconds faster. Lap 69. Justin Steves makes his way down pit road. What will be the gap this time by? Yeah, it's starting to just kind of max out now at 19 seconds back for Samuel Blackwell. Let's see the comparison here. Should be coming up any moment as Samuel makes his way down across the start-finish line. Matter of fact, the moment he does, you will see the graphic update. There it goes. Only 0.3 seconds faster than this front pack. That is not going to do it. What strategy I've seen out of Bill Hales, John Holiday. This is going to work, boys. If we keep it up, no caution comes out. This is going to work. We'll see what the old lap time comparison is this time by, because I am very curious if they're still catching, but there's so much difference. There's not enough laps to make it really anything happen without a caution as John Holiday gets a little bit loose. Yes, this time this pack of cars is slower than this lead pack of 3. William Roberts continuing to lead it, though. Richard Johns, Anthony Lane still right there with him. You're trying to push, give it all that you have, push as hard as you can down the kind of the tri-oval as well as back straightaway. Got to be careful here as the accordion effect happens. 28 shoves the 94 into the 8 there. Oh, that's why I couldn't tell the number. The 88. There you go. Brian Huntley down a lap, so that's why I could not tell that's car number, but it all makes sense here. That bright number 88. He's up to P10, although lap down, still having himself a really good run. I don't think points at all are going to matter this pre-season races. Here comes teammate on teammates, Bill Hales. He's still trying to, well, I don't think he's trying to put Dale Rapp another lap down, but got a little bit squirrely on that back bumper, coming to 7 laps to go this time by, continuing to tick these laps off. Not Martinsville fast, but definitely pretty quick for Daytona history, we'll call it. Tyler Myers also having himself a really nice run. That number 48 Jimmy Johnson scheme. He's now up to P9. Got Brian Huntley Jr. In the next group of cars there behind, but these laps continue to dwindle down. So does the available time that these drivers have, and without a caution, this is looking like Bill Hales, John Holliday's race to win. Little pack of 3 making their way around turn 3, headed up into turn 4 now. Headed led by Mr. Bud Scherer himself. Yep, at this point, yeah, these guys are saying screw the old, the single file if you're not leading, because there's really just nothing that you can do at this point. Just why not try to get some more positions, right? Especially that second group of cars. Now we're looking at the leaders. Just a 3-car pack with these ARCA cars able to find the speed, find the momentum that they've been looking for all race, since they've been able to run away with it over the second pack with, once again, even more cars than what they're showing, but not enough momentum. Got some lap cars in here as well. Brian Huntley Jr. joining the pack. William B. Roberts, Richard Johns, all a part of this battle. Coming to 4 to go. We haven't really seen them start to break the pack just yet, as there's a little bit more riding on the line for them, but well, 5 to go. Still that 19-second gap. When do you just jump to that outside and hope somebody goes with you? Maybe you should 94 possibly going to get that spot maybe on Blackwell. That is the, remember, the top interview spot. So Samuel Blackwell, I know he's leading the second pack of cars for P3, but that is that top interview spot that he is trying to hold off here as he gets a near full of Brian Huntley Jr., that number 88 Chevy SS. Oh, Bud goes around. Hard contact. Going to spin off the racing line. Keeps it in reverse for the moment. Spins it back around. We're going to keep under green. That's huge. That could have possibly changed the complete complexity of this race. Real quick, let's see what happens. It looks like just a push gone wrong from the number 48. Out of turn 4 as 48 gets pretty hard contact as well. Front bumpers go flying. Continue to stay green. Bill Hales, John Holliday, Samuel Blackwell. 1, 2, 3. Speaking of three laps to go. Bill Hales continues to hold off John Holliday. Samuel Blackwell 20 seconds back. This is the kind of fight that we're going to have to watch, though. I mean, who gets the run? Who gets the move up for that final interview spot? 3 laps to go. We'll be coming to 2 next time by, and then the infamous green-white checkered from that point on, or even all natural green-white checkered, whichever one we may get. It's going to get down to the nitty-gritty as here comes the number 1, although lap down joins this front battle for the lead between just 2 drivers. If you're Bill or John here, I think if you're John, you're trying to hope that the number 1 of Trent helps you out here, because it's going to be hard to beat teammates, even though that 53 is showing the leader. The 52, Dale Rapp, shown 1 lap down. Dale's going to do everything to try that he can to get his buddy Bill Hales into victory lane. That number 9, you're just saying, please, Trent, I will do anything for this help right here. We're on 2 to go. We're going to be coming to the white flag just next time by. That's going to be a total pretty much 4 different chances that John's going to have a chance to make here from Bill. When does your run come from that number 1 from Trent Blaylock? White flag is out. We are official. Anything goes from the high banks of Daytona International Speedway. Just 2.5 miles to go. Here goes his first chance here heading into turn 1. Bill Hales right on the back bumper of his teammates. Dale Rapp not going anywhere. Number 9 really has no help from that number 1 there behind. Still no help. That's not going to really help him out at all to have any sort of run to the back bumper of our leader. He's just got to try it here. Throws it to the outside. Does have the 1 coming with him, though. Here's the run that he needed right when I thought that 1 was not going to supply him. Trent, he does supply him with the run that he needs. Forces his way around Bill Hales in a move that nobody saw coming. Congratulations, John Holliday. You have conquered the pre-race, the pre-season, the thriller here at the Bump and Run ARCA Super Series. I don't know how you just did that. Well, I do know how you did it. It was the help there of Trent Blaylock, as we will get here for P3. Who gets the final interview spot? Samuel Blackfield going to retain it, the number 8, Blackwell. Richard John's going to finish P4 at a photo finish for 5th, 6th, 7th, and so on back. Woo, boy, what a race. And if that is just the preseason thriller, I cannot wait to see what the rest of this season brings us. Regardless, though, congratulations once again, John Holliday. This puppy is official. You are our winner here tonight from Daytona. Burn that puppy down, man. You have definitely earned it. What a race. Watch, that was a blast up here in the booth. We're going to get these. Oh, no. Oh, as I was saying before, I was interrupted there. Going to get these interviews handled, and then I'm going to catch my plane ride home back to the old ATX out of Daytona. But until then, stick with us here. We'll be right back here on Stam Studio Network.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Sean.
Hey guys, welcome back here to Stam Studio Network. That'll answer your question. I think that was Doc or Samuel asking that. But yeah, streamed live to Stam Studio Network here tonight. I'm down here in Victory Lane with John Holiday. Oh my goodness gracious! What a race here tonight, and what a strategy, man! Walk us through it.
Well, just a bunch of us old guys here got together and kind of put a little butt whipping on them tonight. Too bad that Dale Rapp was the lap down. But yeah, he stayed right there with us and Bill, and we just kind of tried to put a little bit of gap on the field. But it's a heck of a race. And then Bill should have had to win, but he got a little hot and had to get out of it.
Oh no!
I thank him for that. But yeah, it was. I don't care. One of us had to come in first or second. But other than that, it was a great race.
Well, what, I mean, if you can you say, like, what kind of presented the strategy? Was it just the times that the cautions fell, or?
Good times the caution fell and just taking on fuel and, tire strategy. It's just hanging together. You got a couple guys, 5 of us in here that have ran together and can run super speedways and, know how to gap a field, I guess. There's no other way to put it.
Well, John, it was pretty special watching you in the old preseason thriller. Is there anybody that you'd like to shout out or makes this possible for you here tonight?
Well, Advanced Sim Racing, Sim Hub, or Sim Shop out of Texas. But yeah, that's all I got tonight.
Well, thank you.
And Jones's Paints.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Any you needing some paint designs for your race cars? Be sure to get. You said Jones's Paints.
Yep. Byron Jones Paint. Yep.
Well, thank you so much for a quick little interview with us, John, and congratulations once again. And hope you have a great rest of your night, man.
Yep. Thanks.
Alrighty, we're gonna move on down to have a copy with Bill Hales. Bill, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing great after thriller here tonight from the old steep banks of Daytona. Walk us through it. We saw you there leading quite a few laps there. Matter of fact, even had your teammate, looks like Dale Rapp, there with you. What was going through your minds, and especially that last lap when kind of all hell broke loose?
Well, when I think about halfway through the race, we had that caution, and then when we got to the front, I told Dale just to stay, and I would push him, and had John behind me, and then we were able to get out about 1 second, and they started running side by side, and we were able to push away. And then we just had the 3 of us doing pit stops, so we could have very, very clean pit stops. And I don't think those guys were having very good pit stops, so we were able to make, even spread out a little bit further. But really, it was just pushing the hell out of Dale, and with John at my butt. We were running like 194, 195 in the corner in the turn 4, and we were pulling away every lap. So it worked out perfect. we didn't need a caution. I think we ran the last 35, 40 laps with no caution, so it worked out good. And like I said, we had clean pit stops, so it worked out perfect.
And I know the timing on that white flag move was pretty big there. At first, I didn't think the old 9 of John Holiday had it, but I think with a big run, that number 1 supplied, and then just 9 came right to your outside. What were you thinking as he was passing you? Nothing you can do at that point, right?
Well, the problem was I was sucking up to Dale so good in the corner, I couldn't cool off. I was getting hot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We were going down through, when we were coming through 3 and 4, and I couldn't get off. I was sucked up to him with John pushing me, and I couldn't cool off, and I was about to blow up, so I had to drag the brakes, and that's how he got his run. But hey, again, like John said, we all have run together for a couple of years. We enjoy it. It didn't bother me that John won. As long as somebody on our team won, it's all that matters. But it was a great race. I haven't driven these cars that much, and so I was trying to learn. The first part of the race, I went to the pit so I could go to the back and see how they sucked up. They sucked up pretty well, and you can tandem draft with them, which is pretty awesome. So but yeah, it was a perfect night, and a good practice for the actual race on Saturday of next week. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Bill. Is anybody that you got to shout out here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank the wife. Our companies are on the car, M&H Construction and Melanie Hell's Photography, and the league. It's a new league, and it looks like it's going to be pretty fun and exciting. So looking forward to it.
Man, I'm right there with you. I can't wait, and best of luck to you this season, and congrats on your P2 tonight.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you. Samuel Blackwell, you got yourself a copy. What a finish, barely edging out the old Richard Johns there for the final interview spot.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I don't know. Ryan pushed me getting a lap down, and that's about it.
Yeah, man, you were getting the old mirror full out of the 88 there, Brian Huntley Jr. Kind of walk us through your race here tonight. It looked a little bit wild there for the number 8 machine.
Yeah, it was interesting. I wasn't really anything different on it. It was just Daytona.
Oh, super speedway racing it to the max. It was cool to see you work your way up to P3. You gained 8 spots here on the night. Is there anybody that makes this possible, or anybody you got to shout out, Samuel?
Not really, just work. That's about it. Trucking.
Yeah, there you go. Keep it going, man. I appreciate you, Samuel, and congrats on your P3. I hope you have a great rest of your night.
Appreciate it, buddy. You too. It's about time for me to go to bed. I've been up since 11:30 last night.
Ooh, that'll get you. Alrighty, that'll about do it to me too. I thank you everybody for joining in here on Stam Studio Network. It means the world to me. I'm gonna catch my plane ride home, but be sure to join us in this whole next week. It's gonna be a blast. Hopefully you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. My name's Sean Stam. Have a great rest of your night. Take care.